Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in to another amazing episode of Fervently Creation Marketplace Ministry. This is where we come on and we begin to talk about bringing the character, the reflection, the image of God out into the marketplace. And so, what is the character? How do you do that? Well, the Bible tells us that God is love. And so if God is love, then that is what should go out into the marketplace. That's what marketplace ministry is being a light into a dark place, going into the areas that have been done by consumerism or done by hatred or greed, and going and saying, hold on, let's spread love, right? So I tell people, hey, there's 5 gospels: Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, and you. And so you have to remember that sometimes the only one that they'll pay attention to, or maybe the first one that truly grabs their attention, is the very last one that I mentioned, which is you. So my question is, when they come and sit in your chair, when they come, once they come through your aisle at while you're at work, or while you're at the grocery store just shopping, while you're on aisle 14, how are you making them feel? Do they feel your frustration? Do they feel your hatred? Do they feel your anger? Do they feel your sadness? Do they feel your guilt? Do they feel their shame? What do you project out onto them, right? So just want to remind everybody, make sure that in all that you do, that it is giving glory to God. And how do we give glory to God? By being a reflection of love, being reflection of we've always been love, and just remembering that you always been love. Go back to that. Understand God is love. Outside of that, it's nothing. All right. So with that, let me give you some quick information, and then after that, we're going to go ahead, move forward, and I'm going to let you know what we got going on. All right. So here we go. London. In the UK, I will be with Dr. Kishma George, Apostle Dr. Kishma George, in London for the Bring Forth the Dreamer conference. So this is a prophetic conference. It is going to be July 18th. So 2026, July 18th, we're going to be in London. For more information, go to info@kishmageorge.com. If you're able to go, it is open to the public. So this is a free conference. Also, speaking of free conferences, I am a co-founder partner with Together We Create for Kids with the lovely Destiny Brown, alongside of some amazing people as well. We got Mo Nelson, we got Dr. Dunn, we have Dr. Lanise, and we also have our guest today, which is going to be Amber Miller, right? So on these tours, what we did is we decided to get a 6-city tour to where we are bringing story and confidence to every city, right? And so we do it in different ways that is unique to what God has placed on the inside of us. So we bring it uniquely. But on the second day, one of the things that we do still in our own creative way is that we're going to be giving a give back to 200 kids per city. And so if you want to participate and help out and do donations, because we're giving them not just book bags and school items, but personal hygiene items as well. We're doing clothes. We're giving them books as well, the children's books and stuff that we're creating. So we're doing children's books, and then we're also giving them other things, trying to do electronics and stuff. So if you want to be a blessing, go to Together We Create for Kids.square.site. Together We Create for Kids.square.site. When you do that, each one of the speakers, the vendors, even the hosts, we all have our own individual codes. So in that, doing that, make sure you use whoever you heard this information from. They should have a code. My code is TS767, TS767. Right now, let's talk a little bit about these stops. The very first stop is going to be with the Pass the Test conference. That is going to be with Mo Nelson in Tampa, Florida, June 6th through 7th. Next, we have Amber Miller, which is the Rise Together Summit. she will tell us a little bit more about that. I'm also the speaker on that, but this is going to be in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, June 19th, June 20th. And so she is going to give us the insight and the nitty gritty on that one. Then also we have Dr. Don Minch, who is going on Kingdom of Learning, opening up to the next to new possibilities. And so this is going to be in Carson, California, July 11th, July 12th. Then we have Destiny Brown, who is doing how to break out of the person you used to be and becoming everything you know you're called to be. That is going to be in West Palm Beach, Florida, August 8th and August 9th. At that time, we will have honorary doctors as people that are receiving honorary doctors, and that is by way of Ambassador Dr. Vanessa Williams. So huge shout out to her. Thank her for that, as some of our speakers will be receiving their honorary doctors at that time, at that stop. And then also in August, we'll be in Huntsville, Alabama, August 22nd and August 23rd for the Rightly Dividing, a call back to sound doctrine. This is a kingdom teaching conference. We're going to sit down and teach. We ain't going to try to hoop. We're not going to try to holler, nor are we going to try to pump and prime. We are going to sit down with our beverage, whether it is water, tea, coffee, whatever it is, and we're going to sit down and teach, right? Then after that, we also in September, we'll be in Milwaukee, Wisconsin for the Find Your Voice on Your Story. Find Your Voice on Your Story. That is with Dr. Lanice Reynolds. So listen, come out, help support at any capacity that you can. Again, I'm going to put this back up here. Together we create for kids.square.site. Now, my favorite part of the show is being able to get in this word and talk to others about the word to see what it is that they have to say about what God is saying, right? So first, I'm going to bring up our guest, my friend, my sis, Miss Amber Miller. I didn't give you a whole new name.
Whole new name. You gave me a whole new stage name. Amber Rose. Oh, that's I'm gonna roll with it.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Just anyway, I don't know. It just came straight out like that too. Amber Miller, y'all. This is Amber Miller. Get it correct. Put some respect on her name, Amber Miller. Now, okay. So with that, Amber, I want to talk about something, and then from there, we're going to lead right into your tour, because I feel like this actually takes into the heart somewhat of how we're able to rise together, right? So I'm going to read Romans 13, 7 through 10. I'm going to talk a little, and then I'm going to hand it over to you. After that, after you speak on the verse, just go straight into introducing yourself, or however you want to flow. You know what? I give you free reign on the mic. All right. So Romans 13 verses 7 through 10, it says, give to everyone what you owe them, pay your taxes and government fees to those who collect them, and give respect and honor to those who are in authority. You know what? Hold on. Let's just pause there right now. All right. So it says to give to everyone that owe them, pay your taxes and government fees to those who collect them, and give respect and honor to those who are in authority. When I see that, a lot of times once it comes to financial literacy, once it comes to financial responsibility, a lot of us have issues with finances. And some of us have, we fear the loss of finances, which causes us to never maintain finances or whatever, because we don't even understand how that law kind of works. And so, and understanding paying your taxes and government fees and to those who collect them, knowing how to manage your stuff responsibly comes with knowing also how to manage your emotions, for me. Because sometimes you have people that are emotionally spinning, and they put themselves in a financial debt and a financial obligation that was never meant for them in the first place, because they was reactionary out of their emotions. What do you have just to say to that piece before we move on? I wanted to stop right there and give you that.
So we have to understand our emotions in order to do anything in life. So in order to interact with other people, we have to understand how our emotion affects them. In order to handle our finances, we have to understand our emotions and what We have to come up with a budget and a plan and know that these and put things into categories to understand, why am I spending this on these items, or why am I spending this on those items. But in order to emotionally get yourself together, you have to understand yourself. So let's start there. You have to understand you as a person and what your triggers are, what things that make you happy, what things you love, what things you cherish, what things make you you. You have to understand that first in order to figure out the financial piece or relationships or anything else in life. You have to start with you.
So I love that you said you have to start with you. So let's go to the you part of it, right? So in going into the you part of it and knowing you, understanding you, the verse goes on and says, "Owe nothing to anyone except for your obligation to love one another. If you love your neighbor, you will fulfill the requirements of the law. For the commandments say you must not commit adultery, you must not murder, you must not steal, you must not covet." It says these and other such commandments are summed up in this one commandment: love your neighbor as yourself. Love does no harm to a neighbor. Therefore, love is the fulfillment of the law. So when I think of this and understanding, like, we have to embody love. And once we embody love, it naturally comes out of us. Once we absorb love and once we're squares, that's what comes out: love. It's not anything else. And so knowing first how to love yourself. And a lot of times, I love to say the reason why um, people have a hard time receiving love from other people is because they never first took the time to sit down and love themselves. So once we went into COVID, once we went into a pandemic, people had to sit with themselves. And a lot of the false gods in which they were serving, once I say false gods in which they were serving, which was their job, which was maybe other things, or going out or whatever, that stuff, which was taking the place of them actually doing their inner work. And a lot of times we sit up there and we look at other people and say, hey, they need to do this and they need to do that. It's like, no, sit down with yourself and figure out what inner work you need. Like the whole chapter of Romans, Paul is basically saying, like, hey, dude, like, we have to love. We can, like, none of us are in a position to judge anyone. And in order to do this, we have to abide in love. Abide in love. So with that, I'm gonna hand that over to you, because I feel like that's the way that we rise. We rise through love. And so if the collective body, the collective whole, the collective conscious, the collective group of people, the kingdom, everyone within the earth, because we're all his people, all shades, all sizes, all colors, right?
Right.
All different. We're all trying to remember how to get back into agape love. We're remembering how to love unconditionally. We're remembering how to love when we feel like somebody did something that wronged us. We're learning how to turn the other cheek. We're learning how to pray, to love our enemies versus pray for our enemies. But that is how we rise together. We rise together in love. Hatred will always cause division.
Yes, it will.
So I'm gonna toss the mic back over to you.
Okay. So, as she stated earlier, we have to love one another, and we also have to love ourselves. So, you have to reflect within yourself, and then you will be able to project the love that you have for yourself. God created each and every one of us within his image. So, we're not all meant to look alike. We're not all meant to do the same things. And we all have our own minds. So we don't all think alike. But at the end of the day, we are all here to show each other love. And in order for us to rise, we have to love one another. And in order to see that change, we have to start with ourselves and be the change that we want to see in the world. So, one little kind gesture to another person, a greeting, any small gesture to someone else to show them love on a daily basis projects what we're trying to do. So All I have to do when I finish this podcast, thank you, Dr. Tish, for allowing me to be on your podcast. I'm gonna send her an email or a text or some form of appreciation to show my love for her. So,
And
small gestures.
I think that's the thing. Like, we have to get into that whole thing of learning how to collaborate in love, right? And also understanding that sometimes the small gestures mean the biggest things to people afterwards. I've had plenty of people on the show, but it's very few that'll send a text message or something afterwards. Of course, it's a lot of people that at the end they're like, "Oh, thank you for having me out, on the show." And then after that, I don't never hear see, we never hear or see from each other again. And it doesn't mean nothing bad, but it's just like, hey, like sometimes you don't even pay attention to it or whatever. So when somebody take that time just to say, you know what, hey, I want to express love this way, right? And so it's like being intentional about expressing love. Let me be intentional about my day. Let me be intentional about loving on you. But hold on. Let me be intentional about loving on me.
Mm-hmm. Well, me loving on someone else is loving on me, because I am happy when I love on other people because I love hard. So
I'm glad you said that, right? So I had learned that because at first I was like, that's just me. I have a servant's heart. I just love loving on people, this, that, and another. I realized that I was loving on people that didn't understand how to love or what love was. And I was loving them in a capacity that they never received, and where I was loving them and may have overlooked things. It's not that I didn't see it. It's just like, I see it, but whatever. That's their process. And then I've seen people in the same aspect see me go through my process and they didn't release the same type of love. And I thought that because I seen them going through their process and didn't judge them, that I could show them, hey, I'm going through my process and don't get judged. And then that's once I start seeing like, oh, hold on, that wasn't the thing. And that's a lot of times when I realized that I've either made an assignment into a friend or that I needed another lesson on something. And so, and that the reason why they came was just for that. And so loving hard, I'm like you. I love hard. I love hard. I love so hard to where I can discern the heart posture being shifted months before the disconnect happened. And so it's because you start picking up the patterns and stuff.
yes,
Like,
yes,
oh man,
yes.
it's just like, and
Mm-hmm.
so now it's just like, hey, trying to realize that some people, they come and go different seasons or whatever, but enjoy the moments while they're there. And just because they have exited your life, do not go and start spreading hate and stuff on, because we have to remember that once we did tell them that we love them, continue to love them even though they're not in your presence.
Yep. Because just because that person's not in your presence doesn't mean you have to say bad things about that person. If you're not
Right.
in my presence, I just won't say anything at all. But yeah, that's what I realized too. Like a couple times I showed love to someone who wasn't ready for the love that I was providing to them, and they didn't understand the love that I was giving to them. But you know, everybody has their own journey and everybody's on their own path. So just because one person didn't understand the love that I was giving to them doesn't mean that they don't realize it now. Or doesn't mean they're going don't realize it a month from now, 2 years from now.
Exactly.
So I'm always going to be this loving person regardless of how anybody feels about me. Like I'm
I
me. I'm
I
me and I understand me.
I love that you said, like, even if they don't realize it now. And I remember being in previous relationships with two guys prior to my husband. And hold on, two guys. I think it was a female in between there too. So it was like two other. Let me go. Hold on. The three guys before and the female before. I'm being transparent because I was in that homosexual lifestyle. So the four people prior to my husband, they were all trying to love on a shattered person. And at the time, I wasn't understanding, and I was running from love. I had one individual that refused to have sex with me, but because I was so used to sexual trauma, I didn't understand that him not having sex with me was him showing me love.
Love. Mm-hmm.
Right? Now, remind you, my background is also a prostitute and a stripper. So that right there, I wasn't understanding that type of love. Right. Um, Another guy, nice fellow. We just, again, he was showing, but I wasn't receiving it. And yeah, another one guy, I was like, oh, he was showing love. His love language was through um finances and stuff like that. And I wasn't understanding. Yeah, I didn't speak that love language. And
No,
so
my
and I was
love.
like, he keeps trying to buy my love. And I was just like, man, forget this guy. And just
Mm-hmm.
kind of but I did not understand love. And that's not only in romantic relationships. I've had people come along in friendship capacities, in leadership capacities, and other ways, spiritual family, natural family. And I wasn't understanding love. I did not know what love was. And I feel like once we look at the Bible and say the Bible is a love story, the Bible they're showing you the process of people transitioning, trying to understand love. Once I say trying to understand love, well, God is love. So they're trying to understand God, and they miss it there, here and there. So we're seeing the process of someone.
Mm-hmm.
We're seeing their process. And so we have to read even the Bible discerningly at time, because it's someone's process as they're learning the language of love. Like the times that was going on in the Bible, it was war, bloodshed
Mm-hmm.
everywhere. Here in America, it's very rare that Americans have had any, I don't think, besides the Civil War, the internal that came in on their land. But back then, it was everywhere. Everybody could get it. They was coming in, killing people, and then taking their stuff. Killing people
Yeah.
and taking their stuff. That was the land that they was living in. And so their mindset for love is definitely not our understanding of love, but it's how we continue to progress and continue to shift. Now, I think sometime in the whole loving thing and trying to understand and love yourself,
Mm-hmm.
um, which is going to go into that. So I'm gonna ask you to introduce yourself, but as you introduce yourself, explain to the people on when trying to love yourself, do you have to understand that yourself is enough? Yourself is enough. And so learning how to accept the totality of you. I'm not too much for anybody. I'm just enough. And I'm still growing, still moving, and I'm still filling myself up trying to learn this thing called love. So with that, introduce yourself formally to the people. Let them know about some of the things you have going on. I know we've been talking in that capacity, but after that, can we shift over into the power of being enough? So I said it, I'm gonna go over.
Okay, so hi everyone. My name is Amber Miller. I'm from Winston-Salem, North Carolina, and I have a lot of accolades. You can look me up on LinkedIn, but we're not going to talk about that today. I am a author, a mother, and a financial analyst by day. But anyways, so I write books that encourage confidence, identity, and self-worth in children and adults. And to tell you about my children book series, it's called Avery. Avery's World is the series name. But right now I have two books, Avery Just As She Is and Avery Beautiful in Every Shade. So to tell you a little bit about what started me on that journey, my daughter name is Avery. And when she was about 2.5, maybe 3, she came up to me and she said, Mama, I need to stay out the sun because I'm not the same color as you and Nani. Nani is her grandmother. And I said, You don't have to do that. I said you have to love yourself and you're beautiful just like you are. So that's what started this journey on this Avery's World series, because I need my daughter to grow up knowing that she is beautiful just like she is. Yes, me and her grandma are light skinned with green eyes, but she's beautiful being brown skinned with brown eyes. She has light brown eyes, just like my dad. Like, she's beautiful. So we started that journey. And what makes it so fulfilling with this book journey is that I asked her input with the color of the book, with the character, with every aspect of this book. So this book is her book. And soon we're going to start a YouTube channel called Avery's World. So be looking out for that soon. But let's go into the power of being enough. So the power of being enough is a book
Hold on one
about.
second. Before you shift, let's hit on this a. Let's talk about what you. I want to give you your roses. I need to give you your roses, right? That's probably why I called you Amber Rose earlier. I need to give you your roses. You instantly picked up something in the child and said, "Let me heal you where you're at." I remember being in and for one, that apparently you was attentive and you was aware enough or whatever to speak a language and say, hold on, let me make sure she fully get it, and did a whole book behind it, right? To really draw her into owning the wisdom that you had released into her. And like self-hatred, especially for us as women, it started as early as playing with Barbie dolls.
Yes, because they have different color Barbie dolls. And let me
Yep.
tell you about that. My mama only bought the light-skinned Barbie dolls to
Well, I
reflect for me what
what
I saw. That's the only
so
Barbie
here
doll she bought.
so here was the issue, right? So I have a cousin. Shout out to Shannon. Shout out to Erica, right? But Shannon used to have all these Barbie dolls. I mean, hundreds of Barbie dolls. But again, they are, both parents are light skinned, and they're also their dad's Puerto Rican, right? So with them, and my grandmother is light skinned. So for them, their dolls reflected that. Well, my mom, because again, these are first cousin. My mom is darker than their mom, and she takes on the complexion of her dad, kind of like how you said with Avery. So once it came as cousins trying to play with these dolls, I noticed that there was a significant difference in their hair and mine. And so I didn't too much want the dark baby dolls. I didn't really, and though my mom would buy me some, I truly wanted to go play with my cousin's baby dolls, Barbie dolls or whatever, because they had the long hair, this, that. And so now on top of that, these cousins, they hair. And I used to get a chance to play in their hair. Like one of them, she wouldn't let nobody comb her hair but me because she was sitting there at it. So I was living out, I was having fun in my self-hatred. I was playing in my self-hatred. I was playing in the fact that I was rejecting my skin complexion. I was rejecting my hair complexion. I was rejecting my body shape. Let's come on, women.
Oh yes, yes. And society makes it where you do that.
I mean, it starts off first with us looking like, our Barbie dolls got breasts. We ain't got breasts, so we
Bingo.
stuffing tissues and everything
Yes,
else
yes.
inside of it, or whatever, trying to develop something that was before our time, before its timing. And
Yes.
so I love that you are going into building up, lifting up her as a woman at a young age, and that you're doing it in a way that she's going to be so proud about, that because this has her name in it, and it's going to be so that she's going to evangelize. So essentially you're turning into evangelist, because what's she going to go to do with them books? Oh, she's going to tell her friends.
Oh, she already does. I have bookmarks and she takes them to school.
Exactly. And so you are evangelizing to the youth, but you're teaching her how to spread love. And so
Mhm.
I love that. So with that, let me give you your roses as a mother. My daughter is 21 years old. My son is 19. And I wish I would have known to do it to that capacity. Now I'm not fixing to sit here and say I was a awful.
Well, we don't get a playbook for being a parent. We really don't.
We do not. You know what I tell my kids every time they had a birthday? Look, I ain't never parent a 12-year-old boy before or a 12-year-old girl before. This is my first time because I got a boy and a girl. It's my first time doing this. It looks different for y'all. And I'm going to make mistakes and y'all going to make mistakes, but we're going to live through it.
Yes.
We're going to live through it. We're going to learn through it. I'm not
All
perfect.
together. No, we are not perfect.
And I love that my kids never held me to the standard to be perfect because I can say that I wasn't the type of children I was blessed with. I can't say I was wholeheartedly that to my mom in that capacity because my kids give me a lot of grace for my imperfection. And here it was me as a little girl, and I was looking for a perfect mom like that thing exists.
Mm-hmm.
My mom was perfect for me. My mom gave me what I needed, whether good, bad, or indifferent. My mom, the way for my spade players, I tell, hey, my mama ran to Boston with that hand. So, okay, all right, now let's go over into to we rise together. I'm sorry, you just I just needed to give you your roses.
Well, thank you for that. I don't live for gratitude. But the Rise Together Summit is going to be a empowering gathering in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, as I stated earlier, where we inspire confidence, leadership, and personal growth for women, families, and young readers. What else can I tell you about it? So we will have different keynote speakers and panel discussions that will help people learn how to rise together. So we will focus on uplifting voices, strengthening communities, and helping individuals realize their value and potential.
And so I love that. I love that because that kind of goes over into your whole dynamics of who you are. Like just trying to get people to so you do it at multiple levels. Multiple levels, right? Now, if someone wants to register, how can they register? How can they attend?
So currently we are working on the registration part, but the event is free for anyone who would like to attend in the community. It is going to be on June the 19th, which is the speaking portion. And then the give back portion will be on June the 20th. And that event will be at the Juneteenth event in Winston-Salem downtown area. So you are welcome to come visit our booth and speak more about what we're trying to do and learn more.
So I love it, love it. Now, let's go back. Let's go back to the power of being enough. My bad.
No, you're fine.
Let's go back
So,
there.
The Power of Being Enough is a book to build self confidence in women. And I have had a few men read my book as well. One of my cousins read my book and he said he loved it. But it is about establishing self worth within yourself. And it is about understanding that your journey is your journey and that no one's perfect and that societal pressures can dictate how you perceive yourself. So a lot of times, like you stated, when COVID hit, people were able to sit down, stay in the house, and figure out things that they like about themselves, things that they want to work on, goals, projects. So to be honest, COVID, it was kind of a bad situation, but yeah, it was good for your personal growth at the same time. But this book is a reflection of the lessons I've learned about self-worth, acceptance, and the profound peace that comes from embracing oneself wholly. So go get this book. It is a book that you will go to continuously. Sometimes I have to go back to it myself with the embracing imperfections part because I'm a Virgo and we perfectionists. So we want everything to be in order, how it's supposed to be. So I have to come back to my book sometimes and say, Amber, it's okay if it's not perfect like you want it to be. It's everything's gonna work out.
I love
So,
that you say that even I have to go back to what I wrote, right? Because people don't understand it's a process, it's a journey, right? And so even with my books that I've written and stuff, sometimes I have to go back and I have to read and I have to partake back into. I have to remind myself how did I get through a process because sometimes we have tests that begin to they resurface and it's just like wait a minute, hold on, how did I get out of this last time? Or sometimes we might catch ourselves and like whoa, hold on, I'm slipping, but I do remember and let me go back and feel myself. So that's one thing that I love about the process of writing because it's so much healing when it comes to writing. So in this process of writing this, first of all, what sparked this? Like what impregnated you with this book?
so what started this was the fact that I needed this reminder myself, to be honest. I'm going to be very honest and transparent. Yes, I'm beautiful. Yes, I'm smart. Yes, I have all these accolades, but sometimes you need that emotional aspect to back up who you are. So that's what started this cuz I was going through something at the time um personal with my kid's father. You know, we were breaking up, whatever. And I need me a little pick me up to remind myself who I really was. Because a lot of times when you're in relationships, sometimes you're not yourself. You take on whatever role that you're doing. Like my role was mom. So sometimes you take on that role so strongly that you forget who you are. So I was doing that mama role, going to work, going take care of the kids, doing that mama role so strongly because I love my kids. But at the end of the day, I have to love myself too. So I wrote this book to remind myself of the key things that I need to do in order to love myself and show myself self-worth and value. And know that even though my journey is going the course is going, it doesn't mean that my journey is fully ended. So I have to continue to remind myself that I am enough just as I am. I don't have to prove myself to anybody. I don't have to be like these video vixens on social media. I don't have to be like
Uh,
anybody
so
but
you ain't
Amber.
got to be like Amber Rose. You just be Amber Miller.
That's it. Just Amber Miller.
Come on. Just Amber Miller. That's all I got to be like.
That's it. And my dad,
Hey, you ain't got to cut your hair off or nothing
I
and
ain't gotta
dye
do
it
none
blonde.
of
You ain't
that.
got to do nothing.
Cause I'm gonna wear my braids, I'm gonna wear my wigs, I'm gonna
My
wear my
wigs.
natural hair when I feel like it. But
I'm going to need help
all of
with that
those,
wig once I get to North Carolina.
that's still me. That's all of it is still me.
It's still me. You know what? And so I love that because I think as mothers, right? One of the best things I could have done for my daughter was start working on the little girl version and start healing the little girl version of me while I was raising her. And so it was some things that we learned together. And what made me learn it is I would see her do something and I had to be honest of where she got that from. Cause it was like, where'd she get that from? Oh, she
Oh,
got that
from
from
me.
you. That's your attitude. Like my daughter today had messaged and she was talking about something with a stapler and how she broke a stapler so she could figure out how to fix it, and now she has two good staplers or something. It was like, huh? And I was like, you are your dad's child. And so it's just certain things looking and be like, hold on, where you get that from? Where? And so when I began to see certain things that she was saying or doing, it was like she was my mirror. And
Mm.
so I had to heal me while raising her. And to this day, my daughter is tell you, and I tell you, my daughter is my best friend. I don't care what nobody
My
say
mom is my
about.
best friend.
Yeah,
My
yeah.
mom,
I heard
man,
you run away to your mom's house.
My mom is my best friend. Yeah, so today we were having tornadoes today, so the school was out closed today. And so I called her this morning and I said, "Girl, did you know that school was closed today because they talking about it's gonna be strong winds?" And I haven't seen nothing yet, which it just started like it happened like an hour ago. But and she was like, you already had your one free pass to come to my house. Cause you know I came because when it snowed here, it iced for a week and then snowed for a week. So we was at her house for 2 weeks because I didn't want to be here and my power go out. Cause her power lines is underneath the ground, so their power don't never go out. She was like,
Mm.
"You already got your free pass." I said, "Well, I might have to use that pass again today." And she said, "No, you're not. Today my day off, and I'm going to enjoy it." I said, "You going to enjoy it. We're not going to bother you." But I end up staying home. But that's my yes. My mom is my heart, my best friend. We do a lot
Yeah.
together, and I love my dad too, because my dad is the person that gave me that confidence.
Yeah.
My dad named me Amber, and
Mm.
Amber means amber is a yellow brown jewel or yellow brown resin. So if you look up what amber means, my dad named me. And I'm a yellow brown jewel. So that's where my dad came up with my name from. And I
Wow.
plan on doing an autobiography eventually. But I got to get through this tour and I got a couple more things I need to add to the book first before I release it. But that book is mostly about my upbringing and how my parents made me who I am. But just my favorite line is Proverbs 31:10. She is far more precious than jewels. And that's something that's on my wall in my house, in my room, as a reminder that I am beautiful, I am loved, I am a phenomenal woman, just like Maya Angelou said. So, you know, you gotta boost your own self up. You gotta build your own self-confidence.
You
Sometimes
do.
people rely on others to do that for them, and you can't. You gotta do it yourself. You
And
have to
that
be your own number one cheer.
mhm.
You have
Yep.
to.
That's my thing. It's just like I say, people outsource their responsibility to love themselves. And every time that I make it your responsibility to do something that I'm supposed to be doing myself, you're going to disappoint me every time.
Every time.
At that point, I'm trying to make you my guide
Mm-hmm. Mm-mm.
because what you do or don't do at that point affects my mood, my emotions. And so I love that. Love that. So now financial readiness. How did you get into that? You're a financial analyst. How did you get into all of that?
So I my journey started when I went to East Carolina University. Woo, Pirates. But I received my bachelor's degree at East Carolina University in healthcare services. And then I came back home to nope. I told you I got a lot of credentials. Okay, so then I went to Pitt Community College, which is also in Greenville, North Carolina, and I received my biotechnology associate's degree. And then I came back home to Winston-Salem. And then I went to Winston-Salem State University, go Rams. And I got my master's degree in healthcare administration. And so I started off working in nursing homes, skilled facilities. And, I love doing that because I can give my love to other people. So I enjoyed working in those settings. And I started off as a receptionist, working weekends at the assisted living facility here. Then I went to do um, business office assistant work at one of the skilled facilities in Greensboro. Then I ended up doing patient service representative where I check patients in for their appointments at the hospital here in Winston-Salem, Wake Forest Baptist Health. And so I was like, my journey, I need to be doing something else. So then I ended up going back to the assisted living facility and I became a assistant director there. And well, I started off as the business office manager. Then I went to the assistant living director. And so I facilitated and operated that for a little while. And then I ended up coming back to the hospital where I'm currently at as a financial analyst. So a lot of my background is accounts receivable, accounts payables, making sure that different organization finances are up to par where they need to be, so to speak. So that's what got me on that journey. Um so that's what really, yeah. I like math. I even in high school, I was in pre-calculus. Like, I love math. And my dad, he has a math degree from Winston-Salem State University. He has a bachelor's degree in math. So I've he's always instilled math and reading into us. He used to make us read newspapers on Saturday mornings to him. Yeah. Like, Dad, why we got to do this? Cuz you need to. You need to learn what's going on here. So he used to make us read newspapers to him. And then
Yes.
he used to put on what is it? It was a show he used to make us watch that teach you about learning. And I used to be like, Daddy, we don't want to watch this. But he used to make us watch it anyways. Something he used to watch. House Rock or something.
Hey, he made sure that he was exercising y'all's brains, the
Yeah,
biggest muscles.
he did. He did.
Well, look, I thank you for coming. Do you have any closing like remarks or things you want to leave the people with, and also let them know how they can connect with you and all those?
Yes, so I want to leave you with, when we rise together, entire communities grow stronger. So I can be reached on Instagram at Amber Miller Books. And I also have a website, ambermillerinspires.com, where you can see all of my books. You can also see my books on Amazon as well. And just want to let you know, Together We Create for Kids is a great organization, and we are trying to pump out love and impact and giving to children. So please, please, please sponsor, buy a shirt. Any form of donations or assistance will be helpful for our journey. We do have to buy book bags, hygiene products, different items for the kids. So this is it is a must. So please, please, please go check out our website and join the movement.
Amen. Well, listen, thank you, thank you, thank you. I can't wait. Are you going to go to Tampa or?
Yes, I'm going to Tampa.
All right, so I'll see you in Tampa, and then after that, I'll see you in Winston-Salem. I think the only one I'm not going to be able to make is Dr. Don's. That's just because the next week after that, I'm going to London. So that I'm like, oh man, and that's my anniversary weekend. So that's 22 years. So yeah, so so I'm like, come on, the date. But
But as many as you can come, the Lord gonna bring you to as many as you can come to.
as many of that, but the rest of them, I'm gonna be on the road. I'm gonna be burning that highway up. Or
Yep.
so. All right. Well, it was awesome to sit down and talk with you, and cannot wait to fellowship with you in person. I know it seemed like we already done met, but
It does.
it does,
It
right?
does.
So thank you so much for coming out. Thank you for just blessing us with your presence on today. Listen, y'all go out, get her books. Support Avery. If y'all do nothing else, support Avery. Come on now.
Support Avery. Yes, yes, yes.
Support Avery. But also the power of being enough. Listen, I heard a song by I want to say her name is China Styles, and she said, loving me loud. Loving me loud. Like 2026, love on you loud.
Yes.
Especially those of us with daughters, the best thing that you can do is heal the little girl version in you.
Yep. Because they watch everything that we do, every little thing. Even when you think they're not watching, they're watching. They're listening. Their ears is glued.
Mm-hmm. Yep. This. So with that, and you know what? And they mimic us so well. Like we was teaching our daughter how to play spades, and so she was my partner on it. And I was just like, girl, we made good partners. And then we laughed and was like, well, why wouldn't we? The same people. And so, it was just kind of awesome or whatever. So just y'all listen, in the early ages, early stages, and this is kind of what we're doing too. This, like, once we do these books, it's us ministering to them at their level, on their language. We're taking care of the next generation by instilling love into the next generation. That way, if you ever have to come back through this ram, through this word, you already know that you played a part in making it rise, because we rise together.
Yep, and you created some form of impact, and you brought your purpose to the world.
Amen, amen. So with that, we are going to get out of here on today. Look, Amber, thank you so much for coming through, blessing the stage, the platform, and stuff with your presence.
Thank you for giving me my roses. Thank you for giving me my roses.
Always. I mean, but parenting is a hard job. Like, I have 3 adult kids. I'm gonna tell you why I got 3, because my mom is one of them, trying to, because they think they grown, they can do whatever they want to do, they can go wherever they want to go or whatever. I need to put Life 360 back on my mom's phone so I can stalk her. Where you at? Street lights on. Get home. You don't punish me.
It's true.
So, but anyway, you have a great one. Thanks, sis.
You too.
All right, y'all. Bye. We'll see y'all next week.
See you later.